Hello, this is a game played between 1Q and 3Q, and it started quite peacefully, but it became wild towards the middle game, where they got a big fight and White lost a bunch of stones on the bottom, and also a group in the top. So in the end, Black managed to win by 11.5. Let's see how this went. So first of all, we have a diagonal Fuseki, or at least a diagonal Fuseki attempt. White attacks here right away, and it's quite aggressive, but it's not necessary. For white, it's okay to take the empty corner. Can be a Komoku or a Hoshi, and then continue the game normally. Of course, black has Sente in the first few moves of the game, but that will change. I mean, after you play a Joseki like this, now white is Sente, so white has time to approach the lower left corner and prevent the Shimari soon after. Therefore, white doesn't have to be that aggressive. For example, if black plays a move like c16 or d17, white is not going to attack right away. I mean, it's possible, but as long as the empty corner is available, white should take the empty corner somehow and then start fighting for the other corners. So it's good to be patient as white, especially when you have 6.5 komi, which will materialize later in the game in general. So now black plays the empty corner. Well, black can answer locally, but probably this is what white wants to happen, and then choose what to play in the top left corner. White doesn't have to finish the Joseki right now. He can just play, for example, a peep, like AlphaGo, trendy move, and then go for the empty corner. Therefore, good decision for black to take the third corner. So now black has like 2 corners and a half against white's 1.5. Already we can say black's opening, it's a bit more promising. So white attacks again, that makes sense. White can also choose the low approach. So it seems white really wants to fight right away. And in general, the diagonal Fuseki leads to a fighting game, so it just makes sense. Now we have a basic Joseki here, absolutely well played by both black and white. And black plays a pincer, which is not trendy anymore. This used to be very popular before AI era. Nowadays, we often see just attach and take the corner, which is a basic pattern, and black gets something like 15 secure points in the corner. That's why it's played so often, and it's also a very simple variation. Another pincer that black can consider is the low and tight one, and we've seen this in other games and other reviews. There are all kind of Josekis here. One of my all-time favorites is this one, when black develops both the top side and the left side, while white just settles the corner. So back to the original game, the 2-space high pincer, white attaching the corner. Usually white plays O-gamer. It's possible to attach c17, but once black got the pincer at h17, h16, white is no longer be able to extend in the top for a base. So when black plays schema and white attaches, then pulls back, white has space to extend h17, which is ideal to set up the base. But when black has a pincer here and we have the same follow-up, now white is not going to have the extension available, and it's forced to play a bit more narrow, which feels uncomfortable. That's why it's more interesting for white to choose other moves. So it's either O-gamer here, which is the most popular move against the 2-space high pincer, or a 1-space jump, then attach in the corner, jump along, and counter pincer. So jump several times, then counter pincer in the top. With this O-gamer, usually black will play the attach. Now white goes Hane, then bumps in the corner. Now back in the day, was always popular to play the Hane in the corner and then push along, take a hanging connection, which is a solid way to keep the base in the corner. Then black would extend for a base too. So this is a basic pattern. Of course, there's also the Sagari or the descent, which leads to more complicated Josekis. And the modern style is to push, then push along. This would be AlphaGo variation, more or less. Actually, more than less. So if this happens, it's not too bad for white, because white gets the corner, black takes the thickness on the outside, but he can't really use it because white got stones on the left side. So having this kind of influence towards the middle and the idea of the cutting stone, it's not really amazing for black in this particular case. So white could actually consider that O game. Good to remember this modern Joseki and push through and cut, keep the corner and so on. So once again, we have the attach, Nobi, bump, shape, push along, push through, and cut. Black can also cut right away, but white will Hane first, black and Nobi, then Atari connect, and again protect the corner. So it's a similar variation, and black still has this outside influence, but it's not very effective because he's facing white stones on the side. So what happened in the actual game? This feels a little bit heavy for white. Black was supposed to play b15 to make eye shape and keep pressure on white group. White is usually going to jump out, then black can push along several times in order to secure the left side and prevent the vital point at c14. Then again, white is forced to pincer like this or like this. But black can come out and there's going to be a fighting game. So when black pulls back at c14, this allows the Hana in the corner and white can fix right away. Well, black shouldn't connect, just extend along, because this is a fast development for a base for black, and white is already alive in the corner, so white can play away. White can play this schema anytime or capture the stone. So these points are pretty much mi. If black approaches f17, white will capture at b16, and if black connects b16, white will just extend g17. So when black plays this solid connection, white can take away the extension to be more aggressive, like this, or at least two space jump, because that's the direction for black to set up a base. Now black will probably go out like this or with an attach. White can Hane, Nobi, and then make some eye shape in the corner while connected. So when black comes out, now it kind of hurts the h16 stone, and black is forced to run on neutral points. So white jump, and this jump actually helps black make a base. Black could play a two space jump. So the direction of play here is c12 or c11 to remove black's extension. So black jump quite comfortable, and now white pincers. White can also pincer low, so when black comes out, white can go for a base. Black will defend the corner most likely, and the top left it's okay because white can use the slide or just leave it for now, and in case black will take away the base, white can still jump in the middle, so it's hard to catch that group now. So we have the pincer high, black counter pincers, black can come all the way to m17. Now here this is threatening to connect under at k17, so white will come out with a Kosumi to prevent that happening, but black can still slide and push a couple of times, discard the top stone and just keep the territory in the top, because in the end it's not such a big profit for white to make 10 points in that area. So n17, then white plays away. Quite aggressive. It's possible, but not really necessary. White can go r14 and extend back r11. So attach, Hane, pull back. We have a classic follow-up here. Basic Joseki. Well, normally, black can just connect solid, and in this case, white will extend 2 space jump. If white extends 3 space, black has the invasion right in the middle. So white will play a bit more narrow and stay solid. And in this case, black still builds a lot in the top and keeps center to take another big point. So like this, white's shape, it's a bit more ideal to have the R11 extension 3 spaces away from R15, and also narrows the gap between Q4 and the right side. So black still approaches from O3, which is good direction. White defends. White can defend high because it's good relationship with R11, but nothing wrong to play R6. It's just territorial. Black extends back, that's good. And now white invades right away. That's also a fine option. Well, in this case, white can play Q2 territorial and calm, or attach L4, that's another option to invade. But M3 is fine. This jump, it's a bit questionable. Normally, black should just cover, either with an attach like this, or a cap move, and when white goes out, black simply takes the corner. So already, this exchange, it's profitable for black, because white got over concentrated to capture O3, and black compensates a lot leaving in the corner. Now, when this attach is played, white should choose whether he goes no B or the wedge. Now with the wedge, he needs to check the ladders. So when black has plays Atari under and then connects, white has the ladder on the right, which works fine. And then black is forced to connect under, and that's a bit submissive. White gets a nice thickness on the towards the right. But if black captures this guy and then Atari again, well, here black can go for a co-fight, then attach in the corner and trade like this, which is quite a normal variation in fact. But if black connects here and white plays the ladder towards the left, this ladder is actually broken, so black can come out. Therefore, it's a bit more risky for white to play this variation. And if white comes out, black will resist and keep fighting. So white has to play the no-B here. In which case, black can cover or block. Now when black blocks, white will come out like this. And the corner is quite nice. This would be successful for white, because white builds more in this area than black on the bottom where he was strong already. So not acceptable for black, but black can cover, then white will push along, Hane under to expand the eye space, bump, Atari connect, Kosumi like this, or even attach. And in the end, white can leave, and black will compensate, destroying the corner, and also get a very nice wall in the center for later prospects. So when black jumps out, this feels too easy for white. White can jump along too. Another option for white is to play the attach here and Hane and just leave under. But the jump is just natural because it separates the two stones. So now the game starts to look pretty good for white, because it's difficult for black to reduce too much the right side while he's running out here. And so far, black got the top right corner, a solid position in the lower left, a tiny group in the top left, and this running group on the bottom. But white has a lot of potential on the right and some potential in the top too. So this feels a little better for white. White doesn't need to invade here. Peep one time, you can play an attach just to check how black reacts, and then slide in order to fix the base. Push along, turn once, and jump out again, or bump. This way, white can keep eye shape and the group in the middle is still running. This invasion, maybe it's the it starts to look troublesome for white. So black resist. In general, you don't want to invade when you have a weak group to take care on the outside. But of course, sometimes you can use the invasion to start a diversion. So black goes down. That's an option. I mean, this is the way to answer the bump in order to look for a connection underneath. Here, it feels too good for white to play this Hane in Sente. So the proper move is to descend. And then white should play the attach here. Let's see what happens. Hane, block. So if Hane, white can block here. If black connects, white cuts, Atari once, and then Keima. It's a pretty nasty fight. Then if white goes here, black comes out, white captures a stone, black needs to extend again. So white fixed the group. Then there are some pips here. Hane wants to make sure black doesn't connect under at M2. Then jump along. Well, black can leave though. But compared to the actual game, this result would be much better for white. So white keeps everything safe in the middle of the board. Let's go back to the original game. So push, then Hane, this feels good. One pip, it's okay. The other peep can help too, because the right side is a bit vulnerable. Yeah, black was supposed to connect solid. But this move seems a bit loose or slack. White can play the dog face and just sacrifice the bottom stone like this in order to get all these forcey moves and help his eye shape, then Keima to run out. This shape is much better. This Keima, it's an important point both for black and white. And now black is still on the run with this large group. And white can build very nice the right side, while black is trying to touch base with the top group. And then now white can go for uh, the territory in the top side. So it's better to lose just one stone than the whole tail, which will happen later in the co-fight. So let's go back. Keima, this peep may be a bit questionable. Normally just Hane, but why can start from here? Hane on the second line, Atari, and then the wedge. So here when black cuts, white connects, black goes out, white captures the stone. Hane directly it's an option too, so when black plays here, white will block. When black pushes out, white can block this way. And if black starts with Atari, white will just squeeze and then connect. Now the bottom stones are in trouble and white is out. So black can play the Atari, but black can use this move instead. Now on this move, white can... Ooh, that's dangerous. I might have misread here. Zack, 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 zack. Hane, block. Oh, the bottom dies like this. Dangerous. My bad. So not so easy to block. White has to go up, and again, black needs to protect here, then run along. This is playable too, but it feels like the shape is broken. Anyway, playing the peep seems to be Ajikeshi, so better Hane once, or Hane under and Atari, or simply push out. And then when black Hane, now you block here. And if black pushes through, then Nobi again, because he's threatening to cut. This can be a problem for black. Then jump to the left, so this is safe. Okay, then jump. Now the bottom stones are a little bit in danger, and so is the middle group. So the game is not clear anymore. It looked quite promising for white, and it turned into a messy fighting race. So jump, that's good, keep safe. The way to connect here is just one space jump or Kosumi like this, Kosumi Tsuke. White can also think about the attach to see how black reacts in order to defend in Sente. Yeah, this group still needs to leave. So light jump, then black plays away. It's more interesting to play a Hane here. And then come out to connect the center group. If black wants to cut one stone, it's not a problem. He can have it. But the thing is, if white makes a strong position in the center, both the group on the right and the group on the left are in trouble. So this should be white's targets. So push, Hane to connect. Now it's proper to connect by playing Nobi. If black Hane here, white can leave the position like this and take care of the middle group. So Nobi, then push out, that makes sense. White still needs to pull back here. Hane fine. Nobi connect. Yeah, this is normal. Atari is not really necessary. But white is losing the top stones now. So white should forget about that top area and now focus in trying to get the center group. And here you can start with a cap move or a Keima like this. It's actually quite difficult for this black group to escape. Well, this fight came later on. But playing in the top might just lose some points. Yeah, this is a good key point. What can we do? Not much. The vital point. Um, so if black plays tuck, 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 oh, not too easy. Yeah, the group dies in the top faster. So, good idea to switch the target and go for the bottom group. And now we have the highlight of this game. If white would manage to profit more from this upcoming co-fight, then it's fine. I mean, well, losing the top wasn't great, but now white has a big chance to fight back. So we have the co-fight, black captures, white plays a threat. Alright, take back. Black pushes through, black has local threats here. But now, okay, this is a threat too. Yeah, white can play h1 local threat because black has to go down and the co continues. If black connects, white will hane. And this is actually very good because once you play h1, the corner has a problem. So later on, when hane in the corner, this group will die. No way to make twice here. One eye only. So probably this wasn't that big because white's group in the middle, it's also in danger. So white got the left side, but black cuts here in this area. And that's a problem. This is where the game turns around. Now, okay, that move doesn't work at all because of this Atari on the outside. Let's see. So the highlight of this game, it's in the middle fight. Now, black is supposed to kill the whole dragon on the bottom, and it's pretty much game over. But white found a way to rescue part of it. And here comes. White can actually play this move. But okay, tight capture, so less agi. And here is big for white to play the Kosumi Sente. Probably he got it in the end game. Yeah, now it's too late to kill that corner. This co-capture is no longer interesting because black will capture the top group. Sorry, the bottom group in this case. Top escape. So it's a small catch. But now white is already pretty much behind. So yeah, not much to do here. White can actually play the Nobi, and then when black cuts Atari and push along, if hane, then Nobi, Atari, and connect. Because when playing this hanging connection, black can still hane on the first line in Sente. Here it works to block. If black Atari, just capture, Atari connect, and the stones will die inside. It's not necessary to give up a few more points. That was all Sente. It's good timing to play Atari once. But it doesn't matter much. Black will still catch a few more stones. That's expensive. Oh, it's a pity black got S12. S12 was supposed to be white center move. A double center move. One should always pay attention to these double center moves in the end game. But it wouldn't change much the outcome of the game anyway. What happened here? Atari. If black connects, white takes away liberty. Black connects, white takes away liberty. Black captures, Atari connect. It's all fine. This throw-in, it's not really necessary. Yeah, actually it's a minus. Better connect directly. This is a trap. So black missed an opportunity here. But in fact, black can play Atari like this, and then Atari in the top. White is not going to Atari here, because he puts himself in Atari. So white needs to capture 2 stones, and in this case, black will take a few stones, and white will take the other guys. This trade is not so good for black. It's better the other variation where black can capture a few stones and white doesn't gain much. So only the small moves left, and that was it. So this game was actually decided in the middle fight, where white lost the tail in that huge co fight. So white could manage the co better, but could also avoid it earlier by running out with better shape in the center. So everything was decided around the J6 area. I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time.